Hello everyone. In this video we'll see the stated design of turbo alternator and we'll see one design problem based on that. Since the turbo alternators are high speed alternators, the number of poles will be less, usually 2 to 4, and so the number of slots per pole per phase will be large, and it will be usually 8 or 9. Slot pitch is generally 25 to 60 mm, but in the case of large turbo alternators, it may be even 75 to 90 mm. And we can use either single layer or double layer winding for the stator. And since the alternator is star connected, the triple harmonics will be absent, and double layer winding short coded by 1/6 pole pitch is more commonly used because it can eliminate the 5th, 7th as well as 17th and 19th harmonics. And current density in the stator winding of modern water-cooled turbo alternators, that is high capacity alternators, will be in the range of 8 to 9.5 ampere per millimeter square as compared to normal conventionally cooled machines, which is having a current density of 4 ampere per millimeter square. And the stator winding is put in deep slots in order to increase the leakage reactance. As it is put in deep slots, the leakage flux increases and hence the leakage reactance increases. So since the fault current is inversely proportional to leakage reactance, as leakage reactance increases, the fault current reduces, and so it reduces the forces under short circuit conditions. Now let's move on to a design question. So we are asked to estimate the diameter, core length, size and number of conductors and number of stator slots of a 15 MVA 11 kV 50 Hz 2-pole star connected turbo alternator with 60-degree phase spread. We have to assume B average as 0.55 Weber per meter square, ampere conductors as 30,000 ampere conductors per meter, current density as 5 ampere per millimeter square, and peripheral speed is given as 160 meter per second. And also in the question it's mentioned that the winding should be arranged to eliminate the 5th harmonic. So our aim is to find the diameter, core length, size, number of conductors and number of stator slots. So let us start the design procedure. So first we are going to determine the diameter and core length. So in order to find the diameter and core length, we must know the synchronous speed in RPS, and in the question it is given that it is a 2-pole machine. So the synchronous speed in RPS is given by 2F divided by P. So we'll get synchronous speed in RPS as 50 RPS. Now the peripheral velocity is given in the question, that is 160 meter per second. So peripheral velocity is pi dns, and from that we'll get the diameter of the stator, which is equal to 1.018 meter. Now we have to find the value of stator core length, capital L. For that we can use the output equation. Output equation is Q is equal to C0 d square L ns, but we must know the value of kW. In order to find C0 is 11 B average AC kW into 10 raised to minus 3. We must know the value of kW. So in the question it is mentioned that the turbo alternator is having 60-degree phase spread, and also the machine has to be designed to eliminate the 5th harmonic. So we can find what is the value of kW. You know that the value of kW, that is the winding factor, that is equal to Kc into Kd, where Kc is the coil span factor and Kd is the distribution factor. And Kd is given by sin m beta by 2 divided by m sin beta by 2, where m is the slots per pole per phase and beta is the slot angle, that is equal to 180 degree divided by slots per pole. So we can write here the phase spread is given, that is 60 degree. So 60 degree phase spread means m beta is equal to 60. So we can substitute for m beta here. So we'll get sin m beta by 2 as sin 60 divided by 2 divided by m is slots per pole per phase. So I have written it like that into sin beta by 2. So as you know, since if theta is very small, we can approximate sin theta equal to theta. So here we have approximated sin beta by 2 equal to beta by 2, and beta is the slot angle, that is 180 degree divided by slots per pole. So I have written as pi in radians, pi divided by slots per pole, and there is a by 2 also, so by 2. And simplifying this, we will get it as sin 60 by 2, that is sin 30. Sin 30 is 1 by 2 divided by this slots per pole, and this slots per pole gets cancelled. So we'll get it as pi divided by 2 into phase is 3. So pi divided by 2 into 3, and which in turn is equal to 3 divided by pi. So we'll get the value of Kd as 0.955. So if the phase spread is 60 degree, the distribution factor will be equal to 0.955. Next we have to find the coil span factor, and coil span factor is equal to cos alpha by 2, where alpha is the short coding angle And in the question it is said that the winding must be arranged in order to eliminate the fifth harmonic. So if we have to eliminate the nth order harmonic, then cos n alpha by 2 should be equal to 0. Here we have to eliminate the fifth harmonic. So cos phi alpha by 2 should be equal to 0. That means phi alpha by 2 should be equal to 90 degree, and from that we'll get the value of alpha as 36 degree. So the coil span factor is equal to cos alpha by 2, which is equal to cos 36 by 2, and we'll get that value as 0.951. So we'll get Kw as Kc into Kd, which is equal to 0.908. So this value of Kw is substituted in the output equation, and we can obtain the value of L. So here we have substituted Kw as 0.908 in this expression, and the value of L is found out, and it is 1.464 meter. Next is we have to find the turns per phase, number of conductors and all. So in order to find the turns per phase, we can find the turns per phase from the EMF equation. E phase is equal to 4.44 F5 Kw into Tph, but the flux per pole is not known. So we have to find the flux per pole. So in order to find the flux per pole, we can use the expression for B average. B average is P phi divided by pi dl, and from that we'll get the value of flux per pole. So it is obtained as 1.288 Weber. Next we have to find the turns per phase. So turns per phase will be equal to E phase divided by 4.44 F5 Kw, and this machine is star connected. So we are taking phase value of voltage. So line voltage is given, that is 11 kV. So phase voltage is 11,000 divided by root 3 divided by 4.44 Fi into Kw. So we'll get the value of turns per phase as 24.46, which is approximated to 24 turns. Now we have to find the total number of conductors, that is equal to 6 T phase. So 6 into 24, that will get us 144. Now we are going to design the number of stator slots. So in the question it is mentioned that we have to eliminate the fifth harmonic. So the winding should be corded by 1/5 pole pitch, and it is possible only if the number of slots is a multiple of 5. So we can choose the number of slots per pole per phase as equal to 5. So we will get the number of stator slots as 5 into slots per pole per phase is 5. So the number of stator slots will be equal to 5 into number of poles, which is 2, into number of phase, which is 3, that is equal to 30. So we'll get the conductors per slot as, so we have obtained the total number of conductors as 144. So the conductors per slot is equal to 144 divided by 30, which is equal to 4.8. So we are approximating it to 5, say. But the conductors per slot should be even, because we are using double layer winding. We have to shortcut the winding, so we can use only double layer winding, and for that the conductors per slot, for double layer winding, the conductors per slot should always be even. So we can choose the conductors per slot as either 4 or 6. So if we choose the conductors per slot as 4, we'll get the total number of conductors as 120, and if we choose the conductors per slot as 6, will get the total number of conductors as 180. So if the total number of conductors is 120, we'll get the value of turns per phase as 20, and if the total number of conductors is 180, we'll get the value of turns per phase as 30. So if we have obtained the value of turns per phase initially as 24, now we have obtained the turns per phase as 20 and 30. So if the turns per phase is reduced from 24 to 20, in order to have the same E phase is equal to 4.44 Fi Kw into Tph. So in order to have the same E phase, then flux should be increased proportionately. That means there should be an increase of approximately 16.6%. So B average also has to be increased. And if T phase is increased to 30 turns, then in order to have the same E phase, then flux has to be decreased proportionately, and so B average also has to be decreased, and we will get that value as approximately 25%. So there is so there is an excessive increase or decrease in the value of gap density in both the cases. So this is not desirable. So these values are not desirable. So now what we can do is we can choose 2 parallel paths per phase. So the number of stator conductors required will get it as, if there are 2 parallel paths per phase, then the total number of stator conductors will be equal to 2 into number of stator conductors, that is 144. So we'll get it as 288. Now we have chosen the number of slots per pole per phase as 5. So the total number of slots we have obtained as 30, and if you provide 10 conductors per slot, then we will get the total number of conductors as 10 into 30, which is equal to 300. So we have obtained the total number of conductors as 300 if you provide 10 conductors per slot. So what is it? So next we will see what is the turns per phase per circuit. That is equal to turns per phase is 300, that is total number of conductors, divided by 6 gives the value of turns per phase, and per circuit means per parallel path, so that is divided by 2. So we'll get the value of turns per phase per circuit as 25. So we have designed T phase to be 24.55. We have got the design value of T phase as 24.55, and now we have got the turns per phase per circuit as 25. So there is no substantial variation in T phase, and hence there is no much difference in flux density, and this design is okay. Because we'll be taking EMF across one parallel path only, so we'll get this value of turns per phase 24.55 means there will not be much difference in the flux and flux density. So this design is okay. So we can choose the conductors per slot as 10 and the total number of conductors as 300 and turns per phase per circuit as 25. And in the question it is also asked to find the size of the conductor. So in order to find the size of the conductor, we have to find the current flowing through each conductor. For that, first we'll calculate the phase value of current. So phase value of current is equal to Q divided by 3 into E phase. Q was 15 MVA. So 15 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 3 into E phase is 11,000 divided by root 3. So we'll get that value as equal to 787.296 ampere. Now current flowing through each conductor is equal to I phase divided by 2. Since there are two parallel paths, current flowing through each conductor will be equal to I phase divided by 2, and we will get that value as 393.65. Now area of cross section of the conductor is equal to current flowing through each conductor divided by current density, and we'll get that value as 78.73 millimeter square. So this finishes our design. Thank you.